Man, oh man, do I hate, football ties, man, in the NFL, to say the least, or what? I know, I fucking really hate them. If you want to know context about it, go look up the Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys from Sunday Night Football last night, you know, understand. 40-40! The flying fuck are we doing, bro? As much as I was glad for not losing that game, I'll be honest though, I'd rather lose that game if we feel like we lost anyways. Because neither team won. The Cowboys or Packers not even win that game. Both should have won the game, realistically. That's how good both teams are playing. I'm giving credit where credit's due to the Cowboys, too. My freaking God. Fucking tie is what you got, NFL scriptwriter. Really? Really, bro? That's the best you got to stay up till fucking midnight to watch that. Oh my God, man. It is what it is, man. We used the Packers to not lose, by the way. We didn't lose, and near the Cowboys lose either, to say the least. What is going on, everybody? I know I'm a fucking crazy lunatic on this Monday afternoon. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode Lucas Eon Productions on YouTube and all audio platforms. The Lucas Eon Show, which your daily broadcast for September 25th, 29th of 2025. You're going to call your Lucas Eon Productions daily broadcast, to say the least. I'm here as always, Lucas Eon on YouTube, obviously YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, and everything else, Lucas Eon. Watch on YouTube, hit the like button on today's podcast, or broadcast. Hit the subscribe button if you've done so already. Turn the bell for our post notifications when it's upload on YouTube. And always leave a comment on my daily broadcast for Monday, September 29th of 2025. Watch on Spotify, Lucas E. Allen Show. He'll leave me a 5-star rating. Also, comment to say at least on the good old green platform itself to say at least as well if you're watching on there to say at least. There's not a lot of you are, but it is what it is to say at least. We're getting right into your podcast, man. Very broadcast to say at least. Let's go some first your Friday Night Smackdown September 26, 2025 review. My God, that show fucking sucks shit on Friday night, did it not, people? That was just as bad as Dynamite was last week. We're going to discuss that. Especially that botch fucking ending, man. In the WWE Women's Championship between Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and Nia Jax. Oh my God, that was fucking awful, bro. That was fucking awful. The match is not that good either. Nia Jax generally is going right back to the good old version of Nia Jax from 2018, bro. And by the way, I wish Jade Cargill all the best. You got a bloody, oh my God, you should have seen a fucking major fucking, like blood vessel in that fucking match, bro. With Jade Cargill on her fucking eyebrow. Oh my God, was that fucking ugly. That was fucking ugly. I saw pictures online too. She Instagrammed them out and on their post on Instagram. Oh my God, was that fucking ugly, bro. That was fucking really ugly. We're gonna discuss that. Also, your NXT No Mercy 2025 review. I thought that was actually a solid show, believe it or not, from NXT Developmental. We're gonna discuss that. Also, in WWE Unreal Season 2 reportedly in production. We'll discuss that. Some backstage news on start times for upcoming Raw episodes. We're discussing that. Also, speaking of Monday Night Raw, your Monday Night Raw September 29, 2025 preview. I know, boys, girls, not a lot of news to cover today, in all honesty. And as always, you can guess it this day in wrestling history. As always, thank you for watching Lucas Eon Productions. You may be, as always, conversation Monday. Broadcast for September 29th, 2025. Lucas Eon Productions on YouTube. And all audio platforms, Lucas E. Allen Show. Let's get on today's broadcast. And by the way, I'm inside my Sound Pro studio. If you can't tell already, but you can tell the voice in this podcast to say at least. Let's start with, you guessed it, your Friday Night Smackdown September 26, 2025 review. So after a recap of WrestlePalooza, we went live in the arena where Paul Heyman was waiting in the ring to speak, and he also mocked Cody Rhodes by asking what the crowd wanted to talk about, which led to a chance for the OTC man, Roman Reigns, obviously. Since it was announced prior to the show that Rhodes would be kicking off things off, it wasn't surprising to see him come out to interrupt Heyman. Surprisingly, Rhodes asked about the Brock Lesnar before mentioning Seth Rollins. Braun Breaker and Bronze Reed then showed up and joined them in the ring. Rhodes told them that he grew up around bookers and warned them to keep an eye on Heyman because his loyalty is for sale. I thought it was actually kind of a funny line, in all honesty. Rose then just was basically like throwing his first punch to get ahead for the fight. And he held his own for a minute, but eventually the Braun Breaker and Braun Street, obviously, eventually got the better of him, and Randy Orton's music hit, and he came out to make the save. Orton hit Reed with an RKO, while Rhodes sent Breaker over the top rope with a clothesline. Formulaic fucking start to your Friday Night Smackdown, in all honesty. And it's already starting with, it's not Monday Night Raw, thank God, obviously. You're starting with the vision for SmackDown. Oh, fucking riveting television there, Triple H. This, my friends, is a big fat C. Good old fucking like glorified vision starting your show. Thank God it's not Raw, obviously, but now it's obviously could hit SmackDown purgatory, you ask me. As if the show cannot get any fucking worse. God, was this show awful on Friday night? Other than one match, we're going to get into a minute, but my God, the rest of the show sucked, in all honesty. This gets a big fat C. Nothing really happened. What did this help? Who did this help, Triple H? Who did this help? Nobody. Thank you very much. Going on to the Street Profits. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins defeat Mello Don't Miss. I hate that fucking name. It's obviously Carmelo Hayes and The Miz. Become the number one contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Okay, match. Give it a C+. And by the way, Carmelo Hayes, I think, left Miz on the ring side. When Miz went to go for a tag, and Carmelo Hayes basically jumped out and basically almost turned his back on Miz. I don't think that's the case yet. Probably is. I hope to God it's the case, in all honesty. I hope it is. But I hope to God that is definitely the case. I don't want to see any more of this Mello Don't Miss bullshit play out anymore. I am done with this bullshit tag team. I want to call it a tag team to begin with. So Street Profits winning was the right outcome, and obviously if you even do the Wyatt 6 against Mello Don't Miss, who does that fucking help, bro? It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help anybody, to say the least. So I'm glad the Profits won. Honestly, I would think they'll potentially get the titles back from the Wyatt 6. Because they're going to put another title, maybe the third title match against the Wyatt 6. And they're going to lose again. And then they're just going to break up. It makes no fucking sense. Like, you're basically ruining the tag team division. You cut Andrade, you let him go. And now Ray Phoenix is all by himself. And now you're probably thinking of another tag team in the Street Profits. Don't know about that, to say the least. So I hope the Street Profits win those tag team titles right back from the Wyatt 6. You don't like hot potato whatsoever. This tag team match formulaic C+ is your grade. Oh boy, moving on to this riveted freaking women's tag team match here, boys and girls. Julia, the reigning defending WWE Women's United States Champion. I feel so sorry for her in this shit tag team match. Julia and Kiana James, who I do kind of like, defeat Medium, who I really like, and B-Fab is blah, whatever. This, my friends, is a bit overall grade, but D+. Oh my fucking God, who asked for this? Who asked for this? Generally asking you, fans. You're WWE freakos, I like to call you. You're WWE freakos. You get the AEW sickos and the WWE freakos. Oh my God, bro, what are we doing here? Asking you also, Triple H, what the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing with Julia? Fuck, what are we doing with the Women's United States Championship on Friday Night Smackdown? We got nobody for both your championships in Tiffany Stratton and Julia, basically. Fix this women's division, Triple H. Well, it is. I don't fucking know. Maybe come up with better storylines or both Tiffany Stratton and Julia. Maybe then we'll freaking care then. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we fucking doing here? I don't get it. Let's fix your mid-card title on Friday Night SmackDown in the female division. Also, the main title, the WWE Women's Championship on SmackDown, Tiffany Stratton's holding. Because what the fuck are we doing with both those titles? Tiffany Stratton had held that world championship since fucking January this year. And she's basically had nothing. We're getting to on the main event, but still. This tag match is a D+. Nothing even good came out of this afterward. How am I supposed to care? Whatever, bro. Whatever fits Triple H bout, I guess, right? Moving on to by fucking far the best thing on the show. Sami Zayn, the reigning defending men's WWE United States Champion, in our open challenge for Sami Zayn, defeats Javon Evans in a fucking great match to retain the men's WWE United States Championship. Gave us an A-. Like I said, best by far, not even close, the best thing. It's by far the best thing on the fucking show. Javon Evans looked fucking great in this match. And Sami Zayn, I've been loving these men's United States Championship Open challenges. Been loving them. You would think at least do sort of like the same thing with Julia. You know, Julia is a heel and not babyface like Sami Zayn is. I get that. But that the women's United States title is fucking cursed at this rate. We're not going to discuss it anymore. I already did. But the men's United States title is getting more and more prestigious week by week, man. Been loving these United States Championship Open challenges from Sami Zayn. I didn't think I would have liked this. I mean, knockoff is a knockoff version of John Cena's from 2015. Of course it is. It doesn't mean it's not bad. I like it. Honestly, you're getting fucking great matches on SmackDown. The highlights of this fucking show. The only highlight of this show this week. This was fucking great. I love the spots both men were doing this match. Javon Evans looking like he really loved being out there, man. You gotta love that for the young OG of NXT and also even WWE in general. The dude continues getting better and better and better. The more impressive I see him. He will discuss him in the next segment because that's the No Mercy review. When he faced Josh Briggs in another decent match too. But this match is by far better than that one, obviously, but still. This was freaking great. I love this title defense of Sami Zayn here. I love the whole match in general. By far the best thing on this god-awful show. A- is your grade. Not even close. The second will grab him best grade in the show. The second best grade in the show is a C+. I already mentioned it already. Hold on, like I said, your main event debacle bullshit fucking awful botching here. Tiffany Stratton, I hate saying it's a Tiffany Stratton fan. It's not even her fault. She did her thing in this match. Tiffany Stratton, the reigning defending WWE Women's Champion, defeats Nia Jax and Jade Cargill in the main event to retain said WWE Women's Championship. This, my friends, is a big fat D. Should be lower. I wouldn't blame you to say it was lower, but the right outcome at least won. That's why it's a higher grade. Other than that, if it was like Nia Jax winning, oh god, you'd fucking probably an F-. Literally, probably would have. But thank God Tiffany retained, obviously. Right outcome by far. And even what does a Jade Cargill and Stephanie Becker match do for anybody? I've been seeing it all fucking online since this match took place. Like, oh, we do not rob the Jade versus Stephanie. What the fuck are you talking about? Who cares for that? Honestly, I love Stephanie. I like Jade a lot. But Tiffany and Stephanie is the better match. What the fuck are you idiots not seeing? Oh my god, man. Like, what the... We watch good old Smackdown television. If you don't watch it, it's fine by me, honestly. I don't blame you, honestly. If you watch it week-to-week basis like I do, you would think that these people would say Tiffany and Stephanie is the way better match and the right thing to do. No, they want their fucking precious Jade to go against Stephanie. Are you fucking kidding me? And I love Jade Cargill. I felt sorry for her in this botch fest. With the fucking against Nia Jax when she ran, I think it was Nia Jax that put her against the steel steps and ran her into the steel steps. And Jay came up a fucking bloody mess. On her eyebrow, it looked like she fucking got, I must say, a gunshot to her eye, but it looked kind of like it almost. That was that fucking bad. It was that bad. I gotta give her credit with that finishing the match too. That was great for her to finish in the match. Give her credit to it that one, man. Nia Jax was downright awful in this match. Like, she's gone really right back to square one in 2018 version of Nia Jax. That's what Nia Jax didn't like at all. And I told you this, I'm still not, even when she was getting better and better, I still was not a Nia Jax fan. Even more so after this fucking match. Oh my god, was she horrendous in this match. And by the way, when he went to the pinfall in this match, you probably all seen it online by now. When Tiffany Stratton's a botched pinfall, when Nia Jax not kicked out and the referee stopped the 3 count, when he didn't get knocked out of the ring or anything like that either. I'm like, oh my god, Nia Jax trying to get her shoulder up. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, Nia? What are we doing? You don't feel like being bothered? Why are you involved in another championship match? Makes no fucking sense. Not blaming you per se, I'm blaming Triple H for that one. But if you don't want to be involved, then just fucking leave. What are we doing, Nia? What was that fucking performance? That was a god-awful performance she did. I get we all have our bad nights, and Nia Jax continues getting better and better. Well, at least saw in the last year or so. But this was not very good. Not even fucking close. Do the wrestlers always make mistakes? Of course they always make the same mistakes, people. That's not what I'm trying to say here. What I am saying is, what the fuck was that? What are we doing? Nia continues going slowly but surely back to old version Nia Jax in 2018. When she kept injuring people left, right, as Kairi saying that you don't know about that stories. And women like that, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, list can go on and on and on. Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch probably the biggest one, minus Kairi Sane. But still, man, this is a fucking big fat D of your main event. What an awful, awful main event. Probably the worst main event of all time for SmackDown history. I go back and watch like little SmackDown episodes and matches. I mean, a lot of them this year are boring as shit, but not like ridiculously nauseating awful like this match was. This gets a big fat D, bro. What an awful main event. At least Tiffany Stratton retained. You got Tiffany and Stephanie back here at Crown Jewel. So it's an A++ on my book. That's why it's not an F of a grade. But the match was horrendous. I'll let Jay win this match, probably a D-, but not if I wanted to be probably an F-, believe it or not. But at least the right person won here in Tiffany Stratton. And we get Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Vaquera at Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel Women's Championship. A big fat D is your main event, though, great. As for your overall show, great for Friday Night SmackDown, September 26, 2025. It's a big fat C. Just like ESPN gave WrestlePalooza of 2025 as well. Moving on to your NXT No Mercy 2025 review. A show is by far better than SmackDown this week, believe it or not. Javon Evans, starting with him, and our second time discussing him in this podcast. Javon Evans defeats Josh Briggs to start the event. Not as great as like his match on SmackDown with Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. But I feel like this is a pretty decent match, honestly. I don't think it would start the show with this per se. Probably would start Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe is probably the second best thing in the show, tied with the best thing on the show, but still. Javon Evans continues getting better and better and better. He's always a great professional wrestler, what he is. And he's like 22 years old, something like that when I looked up last time. Like, yeah, the dude is so young and so good at what he does right now. And he'd be a great guy for the main roster sooner rather than later. Obviously, time is not right now. He still needs to get at least some championship gold on him to say at least, but still. Javon Evans defeats Josh Briggs to start the event and gave it a B. Not a bad match to start the event whatsoever. Well, there's something that was not as great, though. Or not as good, though. Sol Ruca. Much I love Sol Ruca. The reigning defending WWE NXT Women's North American Champion. Also WWE Women's Speed Champion. She defeats Jada Parker to retain said WWE Women's Speed Championship. This gets a big fat C. I didn't care. I don't care to see the Speed Women's Championship. By the way, Lainey Reed was one of the matches on NXT against Candice LeRae, man. Poor Candice LeRae, man. She can't get a win whatsoever. You on NXT, man. She's too freaking good. But at least a happy birthday to her to say. At least she's freaking great as Candice LeRae. But Lainey Reed is supposed to be one of facing Sol Ruca here at NXT No Mercy, but she obviously was out for a little bit, but then again, we'll discuss later on the pod when this main show to say at least for NXT No Mercy, where some mystery opponent, mystery person attacked Lola Vice against it in the JCJ match for the NXT Women's Championship. We'll discuss that then right now. But Booker defeats Jada Parker to retain the NXT or the WWE Women's Speed Championship. I don't give a flying shit, man. Honestly, I cannot give a single shit about the Women's Speed Championship. A big fat fucking C. Moving on to by far the best thing up to this point. Jordynne Grace defeats Blake Monroe in a weaponized steel cage match. Give it an A-, believe it or not. These two women kicked each other's ass. It might be kind of a little bit mini. Not saying as good of a feud, but Toni Storm and Mariah May. There's might be kind of the match at least will be involving All In last year with the last year 2024 Mariah May and Toni Storm for AEW Women's World Championship. That match is in feud, but it's by far the best thing in women's history and AEW history, by the way, obviously. So there's a little bit of comparisons to this. I would say there's a little bit. Not the feud is nowhere close to Mariah May and Toni Storm. Those two women just kicked ass in their whole feud, man. You don't just know about the matches. I think the fucking feud is even better than the matches. The matches are still good to begin with and great to begin with. But Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe a kick-ass weaponized steel cage. God, I love it. I like the match quite a bit, man. A major freaking voice crack, go figure. Give it an A-. Best thing up to this point by far, if you ask me. Jordan's freaking great. You must have loved Blake Monroe, the former Mariah May. Much I still can't stand the name Blake Monroe still to this day. But hey, at least she's still like the glamour gimmick to say the least. And it was the right outcome and Jordynne Grace win this match. It was the first match they used to had each other. Blake Monroe / Mariah May beat Jordynne Grace. I believe that was a Heat Wave when they went head to head with Forbidden Door. I believe that was the case. Well, not head to head, but basically like the one or two versions of it to say the least. I believe Forbidden Door started the whole weekend and obviously finished off of Heat Wave to say the least. But this match is pretty good, man. Give it an A-, man, to say the least. Moving on to Ethan Page, the reigning defending NXT Men's North American Champion, defeats Tavion Heist to retain said NXT North American Championship. And after the match, El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr., I guess how you fucking say his name. Oh, this is so random, bro. Appeared on a video screen and warned Page that he has his eyes set on a North American Championship. This gets a C+. The match is okay for what it was. But still, bro, who is El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.? Why should I fucking care, bro? More AAA bullshit, bro, to say the least. I mean, I don't hate their partnership with AAA and WWE, but do we need to see, like, so many fucking, all over advertised throughout the whole freaking, like, Raws and Smackdown and WWE Premium live events? Like, no, like, you can advertise shows on the weekly television show, that's fine. Why would I advertise for the PLEs is beyond me, man. But this gets a C+. I cannot give a single shit about this. I like Ethan Page quite a bit, man. I think he's very good at what he is. And Tavion Heist is growing me a little bit week by week to say this. I'm watching NXT, not that I watch more NXT regular television shows. Probably should in the next couple of weeks, because they're going head to head with a TNA Invasion and NXT that announced tonight's show on AVE, I believe. The last night's show, not last night, it was Saturday night's event, to say the least. Not Saturday night's main event, obviously the Saturday night event, this event was taking place in No Mercy. So Avon basically announced that there was to be a TNA and NXT head-to-head with AEW 2 Title Tuesday, with TNA Invasion and NXT Invasion set for Tuesday, to say at least. I believe it was October 7th, I believe, right? I believe it's October 7th, at least. One of these Octobers when the MLB playoffs kick in. It's probably go Yankees with the good old Red Sox rivalry, man. Wild card day, to say at least, or tomorrow. That's me a kick-ass fucking series. Red Sox and Yankees can get any better than that, man, in MLB playoffs. But this gets a C+. I'm going back to business, not talk baseball for right now, shall we not? But this gets a C+. Nothing else I'm going to say than that. Moving on to JCJ, the reigning defending NXT Women's Champion, defeats Lola Vice to retain said NXT Women's Championship thanks to a mystery attacker costing Vice the match. Believe this is the best Lola Vice match I've seen, honestly. Honestly, I said it. And let's give credit where credit is due for JC fucking J, bro. She gets no respect in the IWC, the idiot wrestling community. I love JC, honestly. Is she like an Io Sky type wrestler? No, but is she good and decent? Yes. I feel she's very incredibly underrated. Just because she doesn't sound the type of an Io Sky wrestler doesn't mean she's not bad, people. I don't get that people are like, oh, JC sucks. JC is this. What a random partnership having her with 2 titles at once. Like, stop, bro. Stop. Like, come on. It's JC freaking J. I think she's freaking incredibly underrated. Gets no respect from the idiot wrestling community either. I don't get it, bro. But I all hate JC. JC is freaking very good. And it tells you in this match with Lola Vice. She helped Lola Vice in this match too. He put the best match I've seen ever with Lola Vice. No, I'm a big fan of Lola Vice at all. I'm not a big fan of her at all. Right outcome, by the way, with JCJ retaining that championship. But this gets to be named something by the mystery attacker, more likely is Laney Reed. We just mentioned at the top of the show, she was personally set to face Soruka for the NXT WWE Women's Speed Championship. I also went to Jay Parker to sell Sales. But I like this match quite a bit. I think it's the third best match on the show. It's the best women's match on the show. No, it'd be going to Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace, obviously. But I think it's better than obviously Soruka and Jada Parker, obviously. I thought this was a pretty good match. It wasn't like the best match all year. No, let's not go that far yet. But so the JC needs some better fucking respect from you fucking idiots online. Stop with slandering this woman. She's freaking great. Give this match a B, by the way. Let's put some respect on JC Jane's fucking name, shall we please now, idiots? The idiot wrestling community. This gets a beat off here. What's this thing? The third best grade in the show? Oh, tied with Javon Owens and Josh Briggs, just like that. Yep. Moving on to your main event, the tie for the best grade in the show, by the way. Obviously, it's about your NXT World Championship, obviously. Ricky Sainz is kind of shocking, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Ricky Sainz defeats Obafemi to win the NXT Championship in the main event. A-, man. This shocked the living shit out of me. I really thought Javon Owens was the one that dethroned Obafemi, like in 2026 at some point, maybe stand deliver in 2026. Man, was I fucking wrong. Could it be a case where maybe Obafemi wants, or Triple H wants Obafemi main roster? Definitely. That definitely could be the case. But still, man, Ricky Sainz, man, what a fucking 1A this man took of not being seen at all at the start of the year in AEW. So he finally gone from AEW to say at least, as Ricky Starks. And shows up to NXT, I think the day after finally, honestly. I think remember it was the day after he was released from AEW. He went right to NXT the day after that. I'm like, oh my fucking god, no way. Oh, you should have seen, I did one of the few reviews I did for NXT back in February. I think it was February when he debuted. I was like, oh my fucking god. Day after this man showed up on NXT already. Shawn Michaels didn't want to wait any fucking longer, man. You can't blame him, honestly. And this match was freaking great. Well, I'm not going to say it was great, but the outcome, I like the shock outcome. And the match was still very good. I don't like Obafemi losing his championship on his DDT spot. At least Ricky Sainz did off the top rope at Sailors. I did like that spot quite a bit. And this gets an A-. What a fucking match, by the way. And what a fucking shock outcome was this one, man, to say at least. I want to say for sure Ricky Sainz is losing this match. I feel like they want to build some involved around Ricky Sainz and Obafemi down the line. I think it was for the NXT Championship. I think it was part for a non-title feud. Maybe send Bull off that feud for the match with like Ricky Sainz and Obafemi is called the main roster. It probably still is. You're going to lose in the NXT Championship. I just didn't think we'd probably non-title feud with that, but whatever, man. It is what it is. This match was freaking very good. I love the shock outcome and let Ricky Sainz win the NXT World Championship. By fucking far deserved. The man was fucking getting shit in AEW in the last couple years or so. And man took a complete 1A, man. It took him fucking years, man, for Ricky Sainz. The NXT North American Champion, now an NXT World Champion. Gotta love that for the absolute man star himself, Ricky Sainz, the former Ricky Starks. What a moment for him to say at least. fucking great moment for Ricky Sands, bro. I gotta credit is due with that. You know, if I mean a kick-ass reign, most of it was better than his North American Championship reign, but definitely your NXT Championship has probably been better in recent memory. I would think recent stuff. Not including Black and Gold. I'm more particularly talking NXT 2.0 and a white and gold brand of NXT with Shawn Michaels brand, to say the least. Talking about that standard NXT, not the black and gold days, but you're not even close to the black and gold ones of NXT World Championship reigns. But Open Femi is still freaking great. He's been called to the main roster. Probably even want to dethrone Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. When that happens, I don't know. Maybe Survivor Series weekend, maybe Sami Zayn has an open challenge for Survivor Series for the United States title. Maybe that have him dethrone Sami Zayn for the NXT Championship, the United States Championship, to say the least. But what I fucking imagine, I'm pretty good at PLE if you ask me, man. I definitely enjoy No Mercy a lot more than SmackDown this week, obviously. It obviously should, though, if you think about it. It's a premium live event PLE compared to regular standard television show. As the overall show for NXT No Mercy 2025 is no longer able to be. As the overall show stands this past week, the number one show is tied with Monday Night Raw, September 22nd, 2025, and NXT No Mercy 2025 overall show grade to B. And last place is by far AEW Dynamite, September 24th, 2025, and Friday Night SmackDown, September 26th, 2025, as well, with a big fat C. Those two shows is not it this week at all. But Raw and No Mercy was definitely was, if you ask me. Those are your overall show stands. That is your NXT No Mercy 2025 review, if you ask me, man. Moving on to WWE Unreal Season 2 reportedly in production. The acclaimed docuseries WWE Unreal is officially in the works for the second season. With filming already underway, a new report from Fightful Select has confirmed what many fans have been hoping for, revealing that WWE, Netflix, and NFL Films have started production for the next installment of their series, which is expected to be released in 2026. I don't know why people are like, oh, we can't wait to see it's underway. I don't want people to sing with that, but whatever. This confirmation comes after a period of uncertainty, as Chris Weaver, the director of the first season, had recently stated in an interview with Fightful that he was unsure if the second season would be greenlit. However, it appears that the decision was made quickly, as Weaver was spotted filming at WWE SummerSlam just days after that interview. According to the report, one of the subjects for the upcoming season will be current World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. Weaver was reportedly at SummerSlam specifically to film content around Rollins' Money in the Bank cash-in, a pivotal moment in his career. I don't know about that, though. I don't know about that at all. The report notes that Weaver has been present at multiple WWE events to film the show, for the show, and that production is far enough along with the team is already working on selecting music for the next new season, to say the least. Yippee, skippy, said nobody fucking ever, man. I cannot give a single shit about WWE Unreal. I mean, you know why? Because it just exposes the business. Exposes the creative process and the backstage stuff. And it's already been exposed to begin with a journalist like Fightful, honestly, but still. Like this, you're already exposed it even more than it already is. Who fucking cares, and why should I fucking watch this shit? I was originally thinking about watching the first season of it, but I just don't care anymore. They ruined the perspective of it for me, to say the least. That's how I feel about this, to say the least, man. Move on to backstage news on start times for upcoming Monday Night Raw episodes. The start time for WWE's flagship program, Monday Night Raw, has been fluctuating in recent weeks, and a new report has provided insight into the company's strategy behind the changes. For the past 2 weeks, Raw has aired at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, an hour earlier than its traditional 8 p.m. slot. The October episodes are scheduled to return to 8 p.m. start time, with the exception for October 13th. Shows will air at 8 a.m. Oh my god, 8 o'clock in the morning I wake up to watch Monday Night Raw, man. Oh my god, that'd be fucking something else if you ask me, man. An 8 o'clock in the morning episode of Monday Night Raw. Might as well call it Monday Morning Raw, am I right, people? I know, I'm not funny, I know. Eastern, due to the company being in Australia for a Crown Jewel premium live event. Obviously, that's the case when it takes place in Australia. The initial reason for the time shift was reported to be an experiment aimed at mitigating the impacts of NFL's Monday Night Football. I don't know why you need to take anything away from Monday Night Football. People, stop it, WWE. Now, your new report from Fightful Select has added more context to the scheduling decisions, revealing that logistical challenges for live audiences have also played a role in the fluctuating start times, to say the least. According to the Fightful Select report, the decision to revert to 8 p.m. start time for most October shows is primarily due to the locations of the events. Sure, bro, to say the least. I can't see him being that way. I just can't see that report being confirmed or anything. I just don't see that. Could it be a case? Obviously, the locations could be a problem. Yeah, so I'd say it's a problem, but I don't think that's the main reason at all. I just think that WWE is not going to be competing against Monday Night Football. Say no, they're not going to be competing against Monday Night Football. Because what are they going to do? Try to take one half their audience? Good luck with that there, Triple H. Good luck for that, to say the least, man. Moving on to your Monday Night Raw, September 29, 2025 preview. A WWE Men's Intercontinental Championship match is scheduled with the champion Dominic Mysterio defending against Rusev. This match was arranged after following Rusev's return to WWE television in last week's episode of Raw, where he confronted Mysterio and issued a challenge for the title. This all happens while hints of problems within the Judgment Day. A tornado tag team match is also set for the broadcast as the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso obviously, are scheduled to face the team of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. The tornado tag stipulation, where all four competitors can be in the ring at the same time, was added after a brawl occurred between the four men during last week's show. A singles match between Bayley versus Raquel Rodriguez has also been announced for the show. In addition to the match, both reigning Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley being both reigning Women's World Champion. Oh, Stephanie Vaquero. I thought that was Rhea Ripley to compare that to. Good old my brain to say at least. Stephanie Vaquero, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky are all scheduled to appear on tonight's program as well. And other tag team match in a duo of AJ Styles and Dragon Lee will face the Los Grande Americanos, to say the least. I think I botched that a little bit more in my notes there, to say the least. And that is your Monday Night Raw, September 29, 2025. Preview sounds like a mid-show, honestly, for tonight, to say the least. Waiting finally to see the broadcast tomorrow for your September 30th edition of Lucas Dion Productions. Discuss your Monday Night Raw review for said day, to say the least, for then. And finally, this day in wrestling history started in 1998. At a Raw is War taping, D'Lo Brown defeated X-Pac to win the WWF European Championship in East Lansing, Michigan at the same taping. One of the most famous skits in Raw history occurred when Vince McMahon was in the hospital. He was first visited by Mankind in a comedy segment that featured a debut of Mr. Sacco. Hey, there you go, man. And later on, McMahon was attacked by Stone Cold Steve Austin as well. Major voice crack-out figure, and that is 1998. Moving on to 2003. Monday Night Raw was held in Chicago, Illinois. The main event was sees Rob Van Dam win the Intercontinental Championship for the fourth time in his career, beating Christian in the ladder match. Also on the show, Jonathan Coachman versus Jim Ross in a country whipping match. Oh my fucking god, a country whipping match. Oh boy. Good old JR would win the match by pinfall after a stunner on Coachman. And the victory meant that Jerry King Lawler won the right to resume commentating duties on Raw. Now 2003, moving on 2005. CM Punk wrestles his first match as a WWE contract wrestler when he defeats Danny Inferno in his Ohio Valley Wrestling debut. And that's 2005. My voice is about to fucking die, honestly, man. I ain't gonna lie. And finally, for this day in wrestling history, 2008. The main event on Monday Night Raw was the World Heavyweight Champion Chris Jericho and Lance Cade taking on number one contender for his title. Shawn Michaels plus his mystery partner Michaels came out of his Sexy Boy theme and then went back behind the curtain and had the DX music hit. with Michaels revealing that his partner would be WWE Champion Triple H. Michaels and Triple H would get the win by DQ after Jericho and Cade refused to stop double teaming the Heartbreak Kid. Triple H, along with the sledgehammer, would then rescue Michaels for the beating, causing Jericho to abandon Cade in the match, or in the ring, and leaving him to open to sweet chin music, followed by a pedigree. That is this day in wrestling history, everyone. Thank y'all for watching Lucas Eon Productions on YouTube and all audio platforms, which Lucas Eon Productions basically broadcasts here Monday, September 29th of 2025. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, hopefully, knock on wood. Almost kind of knock because I'm outside my studio, but that is what it is. With your Tuesday edition, for your September 30th edition, or Lucas Eon Productions daily broadcast on YouTube and all audio platforms, to say at least. Until next time, and trust me, definitely be next time, everybody. Peace and love, everybody. I am out. Take care. Love you all big time, to say the least.